So even if you have identified specific databases or journals that cover the topics that you need and that you like using, it's always a good idea to also search the library's catalog because it allows you to search across multiple databases and journals at the same time, as well as print and electronic books, not only within our collection, but also in other colleges and universities. But because it searches so much content at the same time, it's also important to familiarize yourself with some of the advanced search tools and search limiters. So let's say I'm doing research into the topic of prenatal informed consent. So what I could do is immediately narrow by format by clicking on articles or books, depending on what I'm interested in. And if I go to the drop-down menu here, I could select Sarah Lawrence College Library just to get those things that I have immediate access to. But if I don't have to limit things right away, what I could do is just leave everything as is, cast a wide net, and just do a search using the essential keywords. Click Go here, and start to work with the results that I get. So this is a lot of articles and books and things to go through. So if we go to the left-hand side of the page, under Refine this search, there's a lot of different ways to narrow down your search. These are the search limiters. So for example, we know that currency is really important to your research very often. So if we scroll down a bit, you'll see that under publication year, you can actually just limit things by the last 5 years, things that were published within the last 5 years. You can also see, if you scroll down a bit, you can limit by format here, article and chapter, or just article or chapter, or an ebook. If you scroll down to content type, you can actually just limit things that are cataloged as peer reviewed. And if you scroll down even more, you'll see that if you could limit by author. So if you know that there's a particular person or persons that are working on things that are interesting to you, you could limit by author, as well as subject. There are a lot of different ways to start narrowing things down. So as you see, this result here is held by other libraries. So if this is something that you're interested in, what you'd need to do to get access to it is click into the record and request the item through interlibrary loan. But let's say I'm just interested in getting things I have immediate access to. So I'll go to Held by Library, click on Sarah Lawrence College, and you'll see we have a lot less results to wade through here. So if I start going through the results and I see something like this fourth result that's interesting to me, I could just go immediately to the full text. But what you can do is actually use the things in the catalog to help further your research. So if you know that this article is going to be important for your research, instead of going immediately to the article, click into the record. And if you click into View Description, you'll see that there's a nice summary of the article, but there's a number of hyperlinked subject terms. So you'll often find that if you in your research, you'll find one article or one book, and either within the text of the article or the book or the bibliography, you will be able to find from that one source a handful of other sources. So this is one way to use the library catalog to do the same thing. So if I know that the topic of informed consent is something that is going to be important to my research, I can actually just click on that subject term and get all of the things in the library that also have that subject term associated with it. And from here, I can add to my search to further narrow things down. And continue to use the filters to make sure that I'm getting things that are current and things that we own at Sarah Lawrence. And as you can see here, it can just really help narrow things down. It can be a very precise way of searching for things.